We got here a bunch of movies. Let's open them up. What is up, everybody? I'm doing better now. The back's fine. I hope you all have had a great week so far. Yes, we got a shit ton of boutique 4Ks. We got here Arrow Video 4K. We got here a bunch of Kino Lorbers. This I haven't posted a Kino Lorber pickup in a while, so I have a bunch of stuff that I'm excited to show you guys. So, starting off with is the first and the oldest pickup from the Bay Street video here. We got here Blown Away on 4K Blu-ray. Very, very nice. I'm always a little scared to get these things shipped because I'm really anal about Kino Lorber and I want the slipcover to be fantastic and perfect, but there's a point where it's like going all the way to Toronto is a bit of a hectic thing, so I just got it shipped, and you can request to get it shipped with a parcel box. It costs a little bit extra, but it's definitely worth it if you want a crispy 4K slipcover. So we got here Blown Away on 4K Blu-ray. Don't really know too much about this film. I just know that it stars Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones, two great actors in what seems to be maybe a crime drama or some sort of thing. I could be very, very wrong. But this does have a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from 4K scan of the original 35mm camera negative. The fuse has been lit. Screen legends Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones light a fuse under the action-packed, tension-filled, edge-of-your-seat thriller that will hold you hostage for 120 electrifying minutes. Very, very cool. Comes with a bunch of bonus features here. We got 2 audio commentaries, one with director and then one with film historian. And then you have Making of Blown Away, a day in the life of a bomb squad. Okay, Blown Away. So about, I guess, a bomb squad thing. Again, I don't really know much about these films, but I've always discovered blind buys through Kino Lorber, and they've all been fantastic so far. Besides Rawhead Rex, I wasn't the biggest fan of that film, but it was a fun little 80s horror flick, so it did the job I was expecting it to do. Then you got Take Me Home, the music video, and then you got theatrical trailer and TV spots. A bit anemic when it comes to the bonus features, but I'm glad it does come with an audio commentary with the director and the making of documentary, because I love me some making of documentaries. But yeah, Metro Golden Mayer, MGM, you got 1994, 121 minutes again, 4K and the Blu-ray, Region A. You do get Dolby Vision. Very, very excited to pick up Blown Away on 4K. Again, almost dropped. Again, I gotta pick up every single Kino Lorber 4K, so add this to the collection. Ka-chow. And then the next one is oh no. No! It's a loose disc. You know, I've been getting a lot of hate comments. Who cares if it's a loose disc? It's gonna work. Loose dick? Loose disc. Who cares if it's a loose disc anyways? I do, because I want my things pristine, and I've had a few loose discs that have skipped and have paused, and I haven't realized until after a few months of picking it up, and then the return policy is gone. So make sure to always open your movies and watch them and check them out, because you do have a little time period to return them, especially if you're buying it from Amazon. So yeah, a little collector tip. I used to like to keep the seal, the juices, the flavors sealed in, and I love the process of sitting down for a movie, getting me a bowl of popcorn, getting me a beer, pulling out a movie that's still sealed, opening up the sleeve, and then, you know, taking off the plastic, and it's a whole kind of thing, like how people love doing vinyl. But if I find out if there's something wrong with the disc, what if the disc replacement program is finished, or if, you know, the return policy is gone. So make sure you guys open up your movie and check it out at least a little bit, because I know a lot of us kind of like to savor the flavor, as a lot of people, as the Flick Pick used to say, but it's just not worth it in this day and age, especially for how expensive these discs are. And if there's going to be defects of it, you better get a return thing. So I'm going to open this right now. Woo! Not an impromptu live unboxing of Narrow Margin on 4K Blu-ray, starring Gene Hackman and Ann Mercer and Ann Archer. So again, another film I haven't seen yet, but love me some. It looks like a detective movie a little bit. I just saw the back pictures of it because I know I'm going to pick these films up anyways, but it's nice discovering films as a blind buy. That's why I used to love going to the video store. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling about nostalgia, because everyone has nostalgia for the video store, unless you're like a little baby and then you've never been to the thing. But we got here, the seal is open. I want to know, do all of the Kino Lorber 4Ks come in the saran wrap, or does it come with a other kind of thing? But anyways, here we got the plastic, ooh, undressing. And then we got here the 4K. How is the slipcover doing? Very nice. It's a little dinged on the corners, but that's fine. I could just stretch that out a little bit. But yeah, here we got narrow margin on 4K. Praying to the Blu-ray gods that the loose disc is in fact the Blu-ray and not the 4K. I remember I got a loose disc previously. Again, if you go to Bay Street Video and you have a loose disc and it's shipped to you, they'll gladly replace it for you because they have their own resealer. They'll just open it up, check it to see if the disc is fine. And then when I brought it in, my loose disc, the disc was fine. So yeah, that's if you can make the trek to Toronto. But yeah, very, very cool. Now let's see how it is. I'm going to stop shaking it because I don't want it to get scratched. But here we got narrow margin on 4K, Blu-ray. And please, for the love of God, please, for the love of God, I'm gonna open it for you guys. Ooh, what popped out is the 4K was the loose disc. So that's very sad. We're gonna do a little panorama around. And thankfully, I'm very picky about these 4K scratches, and there is none. So we're good. We're in the clear. Everything's good. No reversible artwork, which is a little bit of a bummer. I think they usually do it mostly for their horror stuff. But yeah, I don't know what's with it. But I've gotten a lot of loose discs from Kino Lorber. So I don't know. Maybe the depth is not as bigger as compared to other ones. But yeah, narrow margin on 4K Blu-ray. Very excited. This doesn't really have much of a breakdown on the restoration or the transfer. I'm assuming that since it's from Studio Canal, they did the restoration. So boom, narrow margin on 4K Blu-ray, we're all good. You know me, for those Kinos, I gotta put it in the protective seal because I am just, I'm a nerd, okay? I'm proud to be a nerd. I'm proud to be extremely protective of these things. I should get those hard plastic cases, but I have yet to invest in those. All right, peeling the seal off and then placing it down like that. And it is secured. No hairline scratches on these matte, because all these slipcovers are matte slipcovers, and so the scratches will show. So I put it in these little plastic little protectors. There's no protection for dents and stuff, but it also makes it look brand new. So I don't know, I'm weird about it. All right, now the next box we got here, shipped directly from Bay Street Video. From Canada Post, shout out, I guess, I don't know, but well packed, no moving, no jangling around. So Bay Street Video usually they kill it with their shipping. If you ask for parcel shipping, they do ship in letter mail. Like this is one of them I have here. This is one of them right here. If you do order 2 4Ks, they're gonna ship it in the same letter mail, so be wary of that. But it's pretty cheap compared to a lot of I guess mom and pop stores. The shipping is pretty good when you buy from letter mail. But yeah, so taking off this, we're gonna cut open the plastic, we're gonna cut open the tape, and we're gonna reveal the beast. I believe this is 3 4Ks. But yeah, so again, Kino Lorbers are my bread and butter, so I always got to pick it up whenever they're released. Very nice, very nice. They ship it with bubble mail, with a bubber. They ship it with bubble mail, so that is very, very cool. Bubble mail, is that a thing? And then, wow, okay, so we got here, they do give you the receipt and they give you the breakdown of how much everything costs, and they wrap it in the freaking, look at that! Look at that! Very, very nice. Very professional, guys. Shout out to Bay Street Video. If you're in the GTA area, they do ship worldwide, I believe, but if you're in the GTA area, it makes the most sense to get from these guys. So, boom. 4Ks. Picking out the first one was my most anticipated release. One of my favorite films. This is a Ang Lee film, and that is the gay cowboy movie. And that is Brokeback Mountain on 4K Blu-ray. This was ripe for a 4K release because the absolute stunning visuals will look fantastic. The Brokeback Mountain itself and the very stunning visuals of the landscape and the countryside would look absolutely fantastic in 4K. You know, filmed on film, so you do get the brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the original 35mm camera negative. So, oh yeah, baby. Audio commentary with film historians. You got sharing the story making of Brokeback Mountain. From a script to screen interviews with Larry McCurdy and Diana Osana. You got a groundbreaking success featurette, directing from the Heart featurette with Ong Lee, music from the Mountain featurette with Gustavo Santaolalla, on being a cowboy featurette in the theatrical trailers and TV spots. Again, don't let the fact that it's a gay cowboy movie really skew your opinions on like coming into this film, because you love the characters being introduced, but they're doing things that you know, society tells them not to, so they create this other life that impacts the other people's lives. It's a great film. I highly recommend it. You know, such an iconic film, such an iconic queer film, so I had to add Brokeback Mountain on 4K. I keep wanting to say Bareback Mountain, but that's I think that's the porn parody of this film. And then the other pickup we got here, we got the remake first, surprisingly, but now we have here the OG. We have Don Siegel's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I don't really know much about Don Siegel. I've seen The Killers and I really enjoyed that film, so I'm interested in this. I'm interested to see what kind of film this is. I'm not really into 50s Americans films. I've seen quite a few that I really enjoyed. A lot of Stanley Kubrick films, but when it comes to this, I'm not really into the whole transatlantic accent and the hokey dialogue, but I have my hopes up for this. I'm gonna expect something I'm gonna look more into, because I really love the original. I love the remake, so I'm gonna keep my mind open for this. You know, it has a great cast. Really good things about this. Again, another brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the best available 35mm elements, so you're gonna get the best possible transfer for this film. I believe there was an Arrow release or like a Blu-ray release for this previously, but we didn't get that. So, but we finally have it here on 4K. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Again, really excited to add this to the collection. We gotta love me some more Kino Lorbers, you know. So far we got 4 Kinos. We got a good Kino stack going on right here, and we still got a bunch more. Another 4K release with a crispy slipcover. Thankfully, the person was on my favor here today, but I'm noticing a lot of these dents on the front of it. But we got here Ray Liotta and Lauren Holly in Turbulence, a 4K Blu-ray, brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negatives. Very, very cool. Ray Liotta, Lauren Holly, and Brendan Gleeson. Oh, Brendan Gleeson's in this. Okay, very cool. Face off at 35,000 feet above sea level in the high-impact action thriller Turbulence. A handful of last-minute Christmas Eve passengers are boarding a flight from New York to Los Angeles that will change their lives forever if they survive. Very, very cool. No real bonus features here on the 4K or the Blu-ray. You got here an audio commentary with director Robert Butler, moderated by filmmaker Joe Bagos, which is a surprising thing. I'm not the biggest fan of his films, but you know what? I'll keep an open mind for it. And then you got theatrical trailer, and then you got radio spots and TV spots. So another pickup with the crispy slipcover. Again, I'm noticing a lot of these like little dents on the front here, so I don't know what that's about. But yeah, Turbulence on 4K Blu-ray. Again, hella hyped to add this to the Kino Lorber collection. And then guess what? We got another package, and guess what's in it? More goddamn Kino Lorbers. I can't help myself, goddamn it. They're dude, the output of Kino Lorber 4Ks has increased immensely, and I'm like, I'm kind of stressing. I'm not gonna lie, I've canceled a few pre-orders because it's just Kino Lorber, Kino Lorber, Kino Lorber. Like, especially at $30 a pop now, it's like, oh, these are getting expensive. But again, it's my hyperfixation, and now it's like I'm falling under. Like, it's good that I only have one of those hyperfixations. I know a lot of other collectors, which is great because it's a great hobby, because you're able to enjoy the hobby with other people. Like, it's movies, right? So you can bring over your friends that can pop on the 4K Blu-ray of Turbulence. If it's like a specific video game or like action figures, it's only a kind of one-sided hobby kind of thing, depending on the video game or depending on the action figure. So movies are anyone can get into it. It's mutually enjoyed by other people besides the person who buys it and owns it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, you can, like, yeah. But anyways, getting into it, we have 2 more Kino Lorbers. Very, very cool. Taking it out of the box here. We got 2 Kino Lorbers and a limited edition 4K Blu-ray. Starting off with is another... Ooh, okay, so we got more Kino cults in the collection. We got here... The original one, I believe, was the... that Clive Barker Underworld film. And then the next is Umberto Lenzi, John Saxon, and Michael Perks in Nightmare Beach. Very, very cool. This was the last copy they had at their store. So yeah, Nightmare Beach on 4K Blu-ray. Interesting to see how they're going from, like, what is it? Underworld was number 5 or something, and now this is number 9. So interesting way on how they're releasing these, but I believe these are different releases. Like, I think because Kino Lorber have been doing this Kino cult thing, and I believe the Blu-ray versions have different films on the spine. So interesting. Nightmare Beach, John Saxon. Absolutely love the artwork on the slipcover. Very, very cool. Umberto Lenzi's notorious director of such Euro sleaze classics such as Paranoia, 7 Blood-Stained Orchids, Spasmo, Iba, and Cannibal Ferrex comes Nightmare Beach, a shockingly gory tale of a madman in a motorcycle helmet who is taking out young co-eds all over the sparkling sands of South Florida during spring break. Interesting. And I believe John Saxon plays a detective or a cop or something like that. Yeah, Miami detective John Saxon tries to keep ahead of the curve in this carnage-packed slasher gem of the Maestro of Macabre, featuring a rollicking score by Goblin's Claudio Simonetti from Suspiria and all those other things, and co-starring the great Michael Perks from Death Wish 5, The Face of Death, From Dusk Till Dawn, and Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2. You got here audio commentary with historian Sam Deegan. You got here the Nightmare Rock interview with composer, including both English and Italian audio. Okay, very interesting. I've seen a few films where it's like that. It's very off-putting when you'll see, like, the English actor is speaking in English, but he's speaking to an Italian who's speaking in Italian, but the dub is in English, but you see the mouth moving, and you can tell they're kind of speaking English a bit. They're pronouncing the words a little bit weird, but like in the actual dub, it's like, oh, so today we're going to the park. So it's a very weird visual watching experience when you're watching a lot of giallos that's supposed to be in English, kind of. But yeah, I mean, John Saxon, love me. The premise sounds really cool, and again, it's a Kino Lorber 4K, and the artwork is really cool on it, so had to pick this up again. 90 minutes from Studio Canal, so the transfer for this, so that's probably why there's not that much information on the 4K. But we have your number 9 on 4K Blu-ray, Nightmare Beach. And then we have here number 8. Okay, so I should have done this first. Another John Saxon film that did get a previous Blu-ray release. I was actually planning on picking this up a couple years ago during one of my first sale pickups, but thankfully I decided to hold off on it, and it came with a juicy slipcover. That's John Saxon in Cannibal Holocaust. Another Holocaust. Cannibal Holocaust? Cannibal Apocalypse, shall I say here. The horrors of war take on a whole new meaning when Vietnam veteran Norman Hopper, played by John Saxon, whose quiet domestic life in Atlanta is shattered by the return of his war buddy Charlie Bukowski, played by Giovanni Lombardo Radice, a combat veteran who dredges up terrifying flashbacks of flesh-eating and bloodshed in the war-torn jungles, now on the run from the law after taking a bite out of an unwilling victim. Interesting. Okay, it kind of plays on PTSD, but kind of adds to it. I'm a little scared on if it demonizes PTSD, so we'll have to view this with an open mind, but it was from, what, the 70s or the 80s? Yeah, 1980. Audio commentary by novelist and critic Tim Lucas, Cannibal Apocalypse Redux, the documentary with cast and crew, Cannibal King interview with actor Tony King, Apocalypse in the Streets video tour of filming locations, very, very cool, and then alternate opening and end and title sequences and trailers. So very, very cool. More bonus features here than what's used to, so very, very cool. Cannibal Apocalypse, number 8 in the Kino cult line. Very, very cool. Right now I have currently my Kino Lorber set in a release order, but I'm probably going to do the Kino cult line now that I've once I have from 1 to 10, then I'm going to do it. Until then, it's going to be in its position right now the way it is from release order. But yeah, Cannibal Apocalypse on 4K. So that was the last Kino Lorber pickup, but we have one more pickup, and that is, I've been hyped for this. This was the there's 2 more copies from Bay Street Video, so if anyone still wants to pick this up, I believe it's still available. If you don't know, you can always call ahead. They have a website too to check the stock. Not sponsored. I wish I was, but not sponsored. But just I want to help out, you know, the fellow community within the Greater Toronto area or in Canada in general, because I think the pricing is pretty good there. A lot of MSRP boutique stuff. So here we have Crimson Peak. This is probably $5 more than MSRP, but this is out of print everywhere. It's out of print on the website. It's out of print on Amazon, and that is Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Peak on 4K. This is definitely lower on my list when it comes to Guillermo del Toro. It's still fantastically written. The imagery is great. The practical effects is great. It just really depends on if you're into the gothic kind of vibe that is given out here. But absolutely fantastic. Had to pick the limited edition because these limited editions are just so beautiful. I absolutely love them, and I don't nearly have as much as I want to. I think I have more of the UK limited editions than the actual US or North American versions. But here we have Crimson Peak. Trying to collect more Guillermo del Toro on 4K, or at least in my collection. Missing out on a couple. All I'm missing right now is Mimic and Blade 2 and Pinocchio. So we're closing in on completing Guillermo del Toro on physical media collection. But another one is Crimson Peak on 4K. Very, very excited. Love these. Like, it makes you feel like, you know what? You love movies. You love physical media. Arrow Video just kills it with these releases, and it just gives you everything that you want. Booklets, art cards, bonus features, and just absolutely beautiful artwork that looks really great. It makes you proud of a collection because, you know, depending on who you are as a collector, some people don't care. Some people only care about the discs, you know. And I'm up there, you know. Like, I don't give a shit about all the shills and frills, but if it doesn't come with a good transfer and a good disc, then it's bullshit to me. But when it comes with a good transfer and they give you, like, it's so much. It's the cherry on top that makes it so much worth it, especially with boutiques or just 4Ks in general being as expensive as they are. The fact that we do get really good packaging with it just makes it a lot more digestible to be spending most of our money on this. So yeah, that was today's pickups. We got, holy moly, this is probably my biggest Kino 4K haul. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Kino Lorber 4Ks, and we got a 4K Blu-ray from Arrow Video limited edition out of print 4K. So yeah, that was today's video. Huge haul spanning over the last 3 weeks. So yeah, that's what I've been picking up, just a bunch of Kino Lorbers and a bunch of things that I'm interested in. So that was today's video. Let me know down below if you guys picked up anything recently, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I've been Mason with the Mockbuster YouTube channel. Thank you again for spending your time with me. I hope you guys have a great day, night, evening, afternoon, morning. Whenever you're watching this, please stay safe and God bless. Peace, cheers, and remember, always remember, long live physical media. See you guys.